Let me start with a question that cuts deeper than most men dare to ask. How do you know when a relationship has shifted from love into erosion? It's rarely sudden. It doesn't explode in one argument or one betrayal. It creeps in slowly, almost invisibly. A handful of small red flags stack up, layer by layer, until one day you wake up and realize you no longer recognize yourself. You've been reshaped, not by love, but by corrosion. And here's the danger. The longer you stay blind, the more you lose your time, your energy, your confidence, and eventually your sense of self. That's why I'm going to walk you through 5 non-negotiable signs that mean it's time to leave, not tomorrow, not when things get better, but now. These are the patterns I've seen destroy men from the inside out in my years as a psychologist and relationship coach. And if you ignore them, they will break you down the same way. Before we dig in, let me ask you, have you ever spotted a red flag too late? If so, share your story in the comments. You never know which man your honesty might save. Now let's get into it. Because the first sign is where emotional manipulation always begins. 1. Gaslighting. The war against your reality. Gaslighting doesn't announce itself with flashing lights, it whispers. You bring up something that bothered you. She looks you in the eye and says, "That never happened." The first time you brush it off, maybe you misremembered. By the third time you feel uneasy. By the 10th you're questioning your sanity. That is gaslighting, and it's psychological warfare. A relationship can survive mistakes. It can survive conflict. But it cannot survive when your perception of reality is constantly being rewritten in front of you. Gaslighting works like corrosion on metal. It doesn't snap you in half. It eats away at your confidence until you no longer trust your own memory, your own voice, your own truth. And once you hand over your truth, you hand over control. Sometimes gaslighting is calculated. Sometimes it's born from immaturity or fear. Either way, the effect is identical. You become the man who apologizes for things he didn't do, who hesitates before speaking, who doubts himself more than he doubts her. What's the antidote? Anchor yourself in facts. Write them down. Keep records if you need to. You're not being paranoid. You're protecting your reality from being erased. And when you confront it, speak calmly. When I share an experience and you deny it, I start to doubt myself. That damages us. If she accepts responsibility, there's a chance to repair. But if she mocks, flips the blame, or doubles down, you have your answer. She's not protecting the relationship. She's protecting control. And remember this, every time you stay silent for peace, you are not preserving love. You are sacrificing yourself. 2. Boundary erosion. The silent takeover. Boundaries are not walls. They are respect in action. They say, this is who I am, this is what I need, this is how I expect to be treated. But when you tell her, I need space tonight, and she responds with rage, or you say, please don't go through my phone, and she does it anyway, that is not intimacy. That is invasion. A healthy partner might test your limits, but she respects them once she sees they're real. An unhealthy partner will bulldoze them again and again, until your no dissolves into nothing. Let's be clear, boundaries broken once is human, broken repeatedly, that's a takeover, and the message is always the same. My comfort matters more than your peace. My curiosity matters more than your privacy. My desires matter more than your dignity. Have you been drawing your boundaries in stone, or in sand that washes away the moment she pushes back? Because if you keep caving to avoid conflict, you're not keeping peace. You're teaching her that your limits are optional, and a limit that's optional is not a limit at all. Understand this, a woman who values you will adapt to your boundaries. A woman who doesn't will keep testing until there's nothing left of you to respect. 3. The perpetual victim. When you're always the villain, you know the script. She forgets something, it's your fault for not reminding her. She snaps at you, you pushed her into it. She hides something. You weren't loving enough. No matter what happens, you end up the villain in every story. This isn't conflict resolution. This is victimhood turned into a weapon. It's emotional armor that shields her from accountability. If she's always the wounded one, she never has to admit her own mistakes. And here's the psychological cost. When you're blamed long enough, you stop asking, did I do something wrong, and start asking, what's wrong with me? That is how blame rewires your identity into guilt and self-loathing. How do you respond? By refusing the role. Don't get dragged into endless trials where you're guilty before the evidence. State facts calmly. I'll own my part, but I need you to own yours too. If she's capable of partnership, she'll step into accountability. If she's addicted to playing the victim, she'll double down. Either way, you get clarity. And here's the truth. A man is not meant to be the eternal scapegoat. Love requires shared responsibility. If she never carries hers, you're not in a relationship, you're in a courtroom where the sentence only gets longer. 4. Time theft. The currency of disrespect. Time is the one resource you never get back. You can make more money. You can regain energy. But every wasted hour is a piece of your life gone forever. When she treats your time like it's disposable, showing up late without apology, canceling at the last minute, scrolling for hours while ignoring you, she's telling you something in plain sight. Your life is less valuable than my whims. And here's the truth. Most men ignore, time is respect. To honor someone's time is to honor their life. When she consistently wastes it, she's showing you exactly how much she values you. The solution isn't anger, it's standard. Set the expectation. If we make plans, I expect us to keep them. If something changes, I need to know, and enforce it. If she's late, don't wait forever. If she cancels, don't bend over backwards to reschedule. Respect for your time begins with you. If you treat your hours as cheap, so will she. But if you protect them fiercely, she'll either rise to meet your standard or reveal that she never valued you to begin with. 5. Withdrawal of effort. When love withers quietly, in the beginning she dressed up for you. She leaned in to hear about your day. She touched you, surprised you, invested energy into making the relationship alive. That's effort. That's care. That's love in motion. But when the compliments stop, when her attention drifts, when her interest in your world vanishes, the truth is simple. She stopped trying, and without effort, love suffocates. Effort is the oxygen of intimacy. Without it, the connection doesn't just weaken, it dies. Sometimes this slump is temporary, stress, fatigue, external struggles. But if neglect becomes the new normal, if the silence stretches on for months, then what you have is not a relationship, it's a waiting room for something that's already gone. Ask yourself, are you carrying all the weight? Are you convincing yourself that she'll come around while she continues to drift? That's not patience. That's denial. And denial costs dearly. Your energy, your dignity, your time. Here's the hard truth. When a woman no longer invests in you, the relationship is already over. Her body may still be there, but her commitment is gone. And no amount of chasing or proving can revive what she's already abandoned. These 5 signs, gaslighting, boundary erosion, victimhood, time theft, and withdrawal of effort, are not small annoyances. They're alarms. Ignore them and you'll lose yourself one piece at a time. One mistake doesn't end a relationship. Everyone falters, but when these patterns repeat without change, you are no longer in love, you are in demolition. And here's the decision every man must face. Will you keep rationalizing her behavior? Or will you recognize the truth and choose yourself? Because walking away is not weakness, it's strength. It's leadership over your own life. If she's dimming your fire, stop standing in smoke. Step out. Reclaim your light. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your self-respect. Remember, a woman who truly loves you won't erase your reality, trample your boundaries, cast you as the villain, waste your life, or abandon all effort. She'll fight alongside you, not against you. If that's not what you have, then you don't have love. You have destruction dressed as devotion, and the only way to win is to leave.